Right, so do you know the championship standings or anything, Phil? Or do you want me to go through them quickly?
Oh, why don't you take us through the championship standings?
Right, so after the first three races that you missed last week, we have the championship standings of Jack Pearson leading by 55 points, 5 points ahead of Aidan Griffins in second. Then Luca Chiapelli is the third on 36. Erland is fourth on 24, tied with Joe Sayer. This week we'll be racing at China, Austria and Malaysia even. And let's see what happens in qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix, round number 4 of the TGP2 season.
Thank you very much, Owen. So here we are at China. It looks like it's going to be a dry qualifying. The session will start in just over 20 seconds time. Who shall we go on board with for the first one?
Shall we go with the championship leader, Jack Pearson, for the first lap?
Yes, let's go with Jack for the first lap.
You can talk us through this one. You don't seem to have as much of a hatred as China as I do, to be honest.
Unfortunately, if there's any corner names, I don't know them, but
there isn't any at China, is there? Or there isn't turn numbers.
So, okay, so first job, find Jack Pearson. This will be the hard bit. Oh, I've lost him.
I've got him. Oh,
I've got him. He's coming into turn one on a long sweeping right hand. Kind of like a double apex. He hits the second apex there. Going into turn 2 to the long left hand. Again, kind of like a double apex. He just kissed the curve and he misses it on the inside there. Now head up to what I would call turn 4 because that's King would be called turn 3. So into turn 4 now. Braking into a second gear corner, second or third gear corner, depending on how you want to take it now, and into the S bends. Be nice and flat, maybe a tiny lift off depending on what wings you're running. Dab on the brake, drop down a couple of gears, and then we head into the double left-hander, which marks probably about the halfway point of the lap. Looks like Jack Pearson is doing all right, but he's second according to the timings at the moment. Now we head on to coming up to the long backstretch. So it's crucial to get a good run out of these two corners here. So this long sweeping right-hander. We're going to be on throttle right now. Don't want to be lifting. Hook the apex. Kiss the grass there. So it's probably going to cost him time as he comes onto the straight. And it's all the way down here. A 1 kilometre long straight. Flat out. DRS open. Over 200 miles an hour. Pick your braking point. You've got ages to think about the braking point here. Where's he brake? Just after the 150 metre board. Turns it in. Looks like he's just about hung onto the apex. He's still in second as he goes onto the final corner. Now throw it in. Drop down a couple of gears. Don't run too wide. He's done it very nicely there. Open the DRS, and it's second place for Jack Pearson. Bardude, just under half a second quicker. So Bardude is your pole man here for round 4 in China. It's crucial for the championship as he's chasing the awful round 1 in Belgium. Remember he crashed in Blanchimont. So quick run through the order. Bardude on pole position. Jack Pearson second. Luke Chiapelli, great result in third, but second off the pace. Huge difference between the top 2 and everyone else. Jay Alter in 4th, Erland 5th, Erland on the soft tyres, noticeably. James in 6th, Joe 7th, Chris Johnson 8th, so Lennox in 9th, also on the soft tyres. Jacko around like your top 10, and it's Don Smith, Mr. John, Bazza, Mike Noon, where's Mike Noon? Michael Kenny, Mike Noon, and Goings rounding out your field.
Oh, poor qualifying from Mike Noon then, Jesus.
Once again, that's 4 from 4 from him. He's hit form, not the right one though.
Alright, so we're getting ready to go for the Chinese Grand Prix here in China, Shanghai International Circuit. The circuit is long. I haven't got the stats up yet. I haven't got time to in the Norfolk Data Centre. I'll have a quick look.
When was it built?
It was built in 2004, I know that.
2004.
I'll quickly get the stats up. It is a 3.3 mile circuit with a capacity of 200,000, one of the Hermann Tilke design circuits. So, and the lap record is Michael Schumacher still from 2004, the first year of the Grand Prix.
Probably one of the best features of the circuit is
go on board with the start. 5 lights are on, and we're away in China.
And we're away in China. We're racing here, so it looks like a good start from the front row. Luca. Very tardy away from there. Jack Pearson and Bardu going alongside each other, and that's sorry, it's Barza. Wait, what? Oh, hang on. Something's gone way out here. I've got Barza like coming up to the last sector.
Really?
Yes, I have. Way out in front. So nice game. Esports
let's
ready.
have a look.
So
he is in 14th on my screen.
Jack Pearson trying to go around the outside. He's still hanging on in there. So this could be very crucial as we come into the S-bend. He's got the inside for the person. Bartu backs out of it though. So Jack Pearson takes the lead of the race, I believe. I've got my screen. Baz is like up to the hairpin right now.
But Jack Pearson is in the lead. I'll just ignore Baz on your screen, unfortunately. He's currently 12th in mine. So I'll just give you information off that.
Thank you very much. So I have no idea where Baz is. One of the cars running wide there in the background. I couldn't quite pick out who that is. It's Don No, it's not. It's Mr. John. Mr. John was running wide there. It's McLaren's versus Ferraris as they head onto the back straight. Jack Pearson still out in front with Bartu right on his gearbox in the slipstream. Can he get the slipstream and make a move down into the heavy? Slightly close. Looks like Jack's gone for a lower downforce. James up into third place in the Renault. We've got a battle behind with Jay in third, James and Joe Sayer in fourth, third and fourth. Goodness me, it's confusing me. No, fourth and fifth. Baz, I think, sorted himself out now.
Yeah, is he in 13th on your screen now?
Oh, Mike's left a session. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I don't know what it's for. Well, Mike Noon's car's facing the wrong way. Goings is going into the pits.
Goings is in the pits, yeah.
With damaged front wing.
Chiapelli's down the field as well.
Oh yeah, Luca.
Yeah, look, all the Red Bull sponsored cars are the back four positions now in this race.
Well, according to my screen, Baz is out in front again.
Oh. Right, okay.
So,
hello, Chris Johnson's off.
Chris Johnson retired. What's happened to Chris Johnson? I can't get to him.
Well, he's bouncing up and down in the wall.
His left rear wheel's off. How has he done that? And where has he done that?
I really don't know, to be honest.
So, Chris Johnson heavily into the wall. It looks like it's on the run to turn 4. He must have been collected or helped along the way.
It's heating up at the front between Jack Pearson and Bartu once again as they head round the anti-snail section, I like to call it, because it's the opposite of turn 1 where you close in on yourself. This corner, you open out yourself onto the back straight.
Great run coming up that corner.
So onto the back straight. Is he going to get DRS? No, he's not, because it's not the right lap. Well, I don't know why I said DRS, to be honest.
Now then, Bartu, if this was me against Owen, I would have rammed him at the arse by now and sent him in the wall.
Yeah. Just an incident that happened today at karting. Yep. Cheers, Phil.
Yellow flag in sector 2, very quickly cleared though, so I don't think there's anything to warrant there. Erland's dropped back as well here, so his gamble on the soft tyre has not worked. As Jack Pearson sets the fastest lap of the race, Bartu very, very close to him on his tail there, so not a lot of gap gain there by Jack Pearson.
Erland's making a move on Michael Kenny. Is he going to go round the outside in turn 1? He's going to try it, he backs out of it, and Bazza, who's all over the back of him as well, which you probably can't be able to see, Phil, is there.
I can't.
Alright, yeah, it's a bit of a train behind Michael Kenny at the moment for 10th position. We've got to go back up the field now and see what Bartu is doing. He's all over the back of Jack Pearson.
He is, as they come through the S-bends once again. Bartu very wise on the grass. He has to really back out. He's going to be very careful. He's lost an awful lot of time there. Yeah. About 2 seconds lost, and now Jay Alters all over the back of him, pushing him effectively. Bartu's lost grip. He's lost all the grip.
Yep, that's him down in position, down to third place, and he's made that a bit easy for Jack Pearson there. Started to give him a gap.
It wouldn't surprise me to see Bartu in the pits now, because it'll take an age to get the dirt off the tyres, and he'll lose so much grip and temperature. Now he's going to struggle coming around this corner a bit. It looks like he might have got away with it, but he's lost an awful lot of time there. Probably about 3.5 seconds. Yeah, where he was originally. So Jack Pearson let off loose there. Joe moves up second, Bartu down to third place. Joe Sayer in fourth, and Solaris right behind him in fifth place in the fourth, on the soft tyres, remember. So he'll be going a bit longer. Yeah. As we look further down the field, there's a bit of a scrap between Jacko and Dom Smith for 7th position, 7th and 8th position. They're stuck behind the Sauber of James, I believe. As James peels into the pits by the looks of it. Yes, he does. James is the first of the leaders to pit, and Dom Smith is as well. Bartu's in pit, Dom Smith in the pits as well. Yeah. James in the pits, Bartu's still out. Yes. Michael Kenny also in the pits as well. Probably the right time to get these super softs off. They do not last long here at all.
Sir Lanix is all over the back of Josiah. Is he going to make a move into the hairpin? No, not quite.
He had a sneaky look there. He'll be on the much better tyres though. The softs, very good tyre on here, probably the best race tyre to use on here. Joe will be struggling right now, so Alex needs to make that move very early now. He needs to like.
Yeah, is he going to try and hang it around the outside there? No, not quite. As we head.
So through the double left-hander. Will he make a move? Probably not. Oh, he's starting to think about it, but.
No, not quite.
Probably save yourself for the DRS section. So there's the detection point there. He gets a good run. He's going to do it before. Oh, yeah, that's just the grip.
Straight past. Extra grip.
That's just the superior grip.
I would say fresher tyres, but it's not actually fresher tyres. What it is just the degradation on the super softs is way worse.
He's got DRS, but Jose's got the slipstream.
Mercedes power versus Mercedes power, but it's the Mercedes.
Jose's fighting back.
Oh.
And he's kind of holding it, so Alex will hold it around the outside, and just the grip levels left. He's put the power down and he's away. So Jose will dive in the pits. No, he won't.
No, J-Alt was in the pits though from 3rd position.
He is, and Bartu's just set the fastest lap. So me saying he's out of grip is utter bollocks. I apologise, people.
Yeah.
He's just at the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, it's just I think what it was he went off wide, got grass on his tyres, and then that just scrubs off, and you have no grip for about 3-4 corners, and that just let James past.
Yes, so that definitely happens. So JL is now out the pits from his pit stop. He's in position 10. Mike Newell, I think we have got back, but unfortunately that's time spent waiting and coming back. He's lost an awful lot of time, so we should be looking to get some points, I think, Mike Newell. So he'll continue. Yeah, the closest battle I can see on the circuit currently is for 7th position between Mr. Chiapelli and Erland. So they're heading through the section, the twisty section of the circuit. The section, that double left-hander. Luca, Luca looks like he's recovering from whatever happened in the opening lap. He's lost an awful lot of positions. Yeah, lost a few positions. Also, James is all like, oh, hello, Mike Noon's off in a barrier. Oh, he spun. Oh, yeah, dear. Oh, Mike Noon. Yeah, I just got the end of that. He's had a spin, lost a bit of his front wing, and the disastrous race of Mike Noon. Disastrous season so far for Mike Noon continued. It is. Not going to see him in Ferrari soon, are you? No. Chiapelli's dived up the inside of Mr. John. 6th position. Pushed him wide, but has got the move done. He's made it stick. And he's in the pit, so is Mr. John. Oh, don't do Lewis Hamilton. Yeah. He ran a bit wide there. Yeah. Meanwhile, none of the leaders are pitted apart from JL at the moment. We have a quick look and see what the Red Bull crew do for Mr. Chiapelli here. So into the box, onto the softs. On my screen, Bazza is round. Don't know if that's right on your screen. Bazza is in 7th on mine, on his own. He's in 7th on mine now as well. Oh, okay, so it might have corrected itself again then. Well, he's just recovered from a spin. Okay. So, I think I better just ignore Bazza. Let's just go with you here for that. That's a bit harsh, but yeah, I get what you mean. Sorry, Bazza. it's not me, it's the game, honestly. Yeah. So, a little rundown through the order. Jack Pearson out in front, who's yet to pit, still on his super soft tyres. Bart doing it in 2nd, also yet to pit and on the super soft tyres. Looks like he's starting to close back in on Jack Pearson. Sonex in 3rd, hasn't pitted yet, but he's on the soft tyres, so he will be going a bit longer. Presumably just put some super softs on at the end. Josiah also hasn't pitted yet on the super softs in 4th. We've got Jacko in 5th, who also hasn't pitted yet. Erland in 6th, also hasn't pitted yet. He's on the softs. Jacko on the super softs. In the first of our pit stoppies, J-Alt on the softs in 7th place. Now, Jack Pearson's in. He is. Jack Pearson is in the pit. Barty stays out for another lap. This is interesting to see where he comes out compared to J-Alt though. I think J-Alt may have him to, you know. J-Alt is just coming into the final hairpin now. And Jack Pearson has been serviced. This is going to be tight. I'm going to keep an eye on this. As they head, keep an eye on Jack Pearson. He's coming down the pit lane. To the end of the pit lane now. Where's J-Alt? J-Alt's just coming out the final car. I think he's got the... Yeah, I think it's going to be safe. Yes, Jack has got it. So, the position's not changed there. Bartu gambling on super softs, still having grip and going a faster lap and a lap. So he'll be trying the overcut. Jack Pearson comes up behind Erland, so a little bit of traffic there. Not ideal, but superior grip, new fresher tyres. He should make quick work of Erland.
That's
it looks like
probably the closest two cars on circuit at the moment, Jack Pearson and Erland. Jack Pearson on his fresh softs versus Erland on his worn softs.
He's being held up though.
Oh, is he going to go round the outside? Yes, he is. Fair play, Jack Pearson.
I think Erland kind of let him go though. He didn't want to fight that. So
still great move though, round the outside into that corner. It's not moved.
In the background, JL spun.
Oh yeah, he has. He's come out of that corner. Just put the power on too early, I'm guessing, and then just gone.
Oh, it's a disaster. He's got again. You're recovering. Oh no, it's another disaster for Jack. He was on course for the podium today.
Yeah.
He's had a disaster. He's lost. What? Again, he's just probably lost all the rear grip now. He's
lost part of his front wing in that spin as well.
Oh no.
So that's probably his chances of a win over maybe even the podium, as Jose and Aiden are in the pits. So it means the only guys left to pit are Sir Lannex, Erland and Bazza.
Yes. Well, I need you to keep an eye on that because Bazza
to me is just holding keeping an eye on Bazza. He's still yet to stop. Erland is still ahead. Aiden's come out in 4th position at the moment, but that will become a net second when Sir Lannex and Erland pit.
Yes. So it'd be interesting to see if Bartdude can hunt down Jack Pearson now. He's obviously an extra lap, but he's hoping the fresher tyres will last long and he's able to push it.
Meanwhile, Jacko is all over the back of Dom Smith for 7th position at the moment. He's going to have a look in the snail section. No, not quite.
Not quite. So these two have been battling pretty much all race. Dom Smith's been battling a McLaren all race. It doesn't matter which one it is. So Dom Smith so far doing a good job proper out.
Oh,
Jacko dive down the inside.
That must have that work. Made Dom have brown trousers. That's the one. I'll save myself there from doing a naughty, as they like to say in the industry, probably. But anyway, we've got Bartdude on the fresher tyres, going to go around the outside of Erland onto the back straight. J. Holt's got a 5-second stop-go penalty for crossing the white line on pit exit. So his disastrous race has basically come up.
His disaster continues.
Yeah.
Bartdude has passed Erland. Erland kind of made it again easy for him. He's not in the race, really, but I don't know, would you like to see a fight for him? Maybe he's just concentrating on his own race. He knows he needs to.
Jacko's going to try and have a move on Dom Smith as they head down the back straight. DRS is open on Jacko's McLaren. He's going to have a look. Dom defends up the inside. Jacko's been forced around the outside. Is he going to try and do the switch back on him? He is. Is he going to be able to make it stick though? He's just got the grunt. Oh, not quite. This could end in an accident. Be careful, lads. Erland is in the pits, by the way.
He is. Erland is in the pits.
Sir Alex and Bazza to pit on lap 9 of 14 here in China.
Dom Smith again goes defensive to the inside line, but he's gone wide. That's the chance for Jacko. Jacko sold him a dummy, and Dom Smith has been the dummy in that one. He was completely he missed the braking point into turn 1, loses the position, and now Luca Chiapelli on his fight back is the next victim for Dom Smith if he continues his charge towards the back of the field. But Dom Smith, he's been battling the McLaren all race, so I don't see this one being over just yet.
No. So quick rundown at the moment. Sir Laddick's still leading. He's got 11-second lead over Jack, but he's yet to stop. So Jack Pearson is the net leader, and there's an incident in Sector 2. Oh, who was it? Oh, it's Bazza. That's who it was. It was Bazza. He's had a spin in Sector 2 in the same corner that J-Holt did. So he's lost some time. He's got worn tyres now, so it's really time to stop. Mike Noon's just set the fastest lap of the race on his super softs on 1:35.6.
He's well out of the points though, unfortunately. He's this disastrous race. Slanix is in the pits, by the way, so forcing the man finally pits in.
So it just leads to him and Bazza. Is Bazza going to peel in this time? So Jack Pearson assumes the lead of the race. Barthu's fastest lap. I'm going to have a keep an eye on Chiapelli. There's a bit of a battle brewing for, it looks like about 6th place.
Dom Smith defending yet again, going into the hairpin. Yeah. He wants to keep up with Jacko, because Jacko beginning with DRS.
Yeah, Bazza just peeling into the pits there if you didn't quite catch that on the screen. So that's him. So that means everyone would have stopped.
Now, come to my screen, Baz is in 11th.
Yeah, he's in 8th on mine. So Lanix has rejoined the race onto the Super Softs, and he is going to be in 3rd position. So great rise up the field for him. So we're going to have a quick look now. Everyone has stopped at who's gained the most and who's lost the most positions. So gained the most positions is actually Goings. He's up in 9th position. He's gained 7 on where he started. So Lanix has gained 6 on where he started, and the next ones after that are Jacko and Dom Smith on 5. Biggest loser so far this race, Jo on losing 13 positions, but that was because he had that spin donut section thing, whatever you want to call it, down at the bit before the back straight, and yeah, just lost loads of time.
Went for a spin, went to recover and spun again. We've all been there though.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, but I know the feeling. So this battle's still brewing though. Jacko is slightly pulling away though, so Dom Smith has lost the DRS help, if you like.
Yeah, and Chiapelli's all over the back of him. The winner of yesterday's race at Long Beach in TGV cars was a surprise winner, but he drove an exceptional race. He just kept it tidy, kept out of all the wet puddles, and yeah, kept it nice and tidy.
Here we go, Lucas. He's going to make a move. He's absolutely going to make a move. This is Lucas Chiapelli. You see it, you leave a gap, he will take it. And he has taken it. Dom Smith trying to fight back on the switch. On the switchback, Dom Smith trying to fight the 2 Mike's in there. Dom Smith braves it round the outside. Fair play to Dom. He's hung on to that. Luke has got DRS, so he's going to try around the outside. Dom Smith, can he defend better this time? He's trying, he's forced Luca wide. That's better defending from Dom Smith. Luca trying on the switchback. Slight contact. Probably a bit of frustration that Dom didn't leave a gap there. But much better defending from Dom Smith, and he holds on to P6 for now. With 4 laps to go, 2.5 for the leaders.
Yeah, this is the closest battle on the circuit, so we're going to keep an eye on it for the time being.
It'll be interesting to see what Solanix does on these super soft tyres though.
He's 8.5 seconds behind Bart, dude, so I don't think he's really going to do a lot, in all honesty. I think he's comfortably got a podium, which is a great result for him, but he's not going to challenge the top 2 in this race.
No, he should, I think, fastest lap though if he... Let's go away. Part dude is slightly close, and the gap's 3 seconds. Jack Pearson, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, should have this in the bag. I've got a great chopper camera on Dom Smith and Luca as they come out of the fast snail section. What's that snail called in the movie? Turbo. Oh, that was it. So come out of Turbo Corner, as I'm going to call it now. Luca has got DRS. Dom Smith is leaving the gas line. It's just at the fastest lap, as predicted. Now Luca's trying around the outside. Dom Smith defending yet again. He's doing again a good job there. Luca trying around the outside as we come into the final corner. Dom Smith probably forcing wide, but he's giving too much respect. Luca's going to take that DRS open, shoves it superior straight line. Dom Smith needs to tuck into the slipstream now. If he has any chance to fight back, but it looks like Luke Chiapelli has made that move stick. Dom Smith and then sneaking back down the inside. Sticks his nose in. I think Luke has got that one now. Yes, he has. So, Luke Chiapelli up into P6. Dom Smith losing now, and now down into P7.
Mr. John and Erland are quite close for P8 and P9 as Mike Moon has left and rejoined again. So his miserable afternoon continues. But Mr. is probably the next closest now that the Dom Smith-Chiapelli battle is probably over now. That's probably the next closest battle on the circuit.
Probably is. What's the gap between Luca and Jacko?
Luca and Jacko is 3.7 seconds, I can tell you.
Oh, so yeah, Jacko's with them 2 partners pulled up a nice.
There could be a battle brewing for the last point actually between Michael Kenny and James.
Yes, indeed. So well, points go down to 12th in this series, so it just could be a switch around. So James wanted to get more points. There's a yellow back in second at 3.
We're going to have a quick look. I can't see anything, so I'm going to try and get back to that battle. For 12th position, as James is all over the back of Michael Kenny. Going towards turbo corners, we like to call it now. As we head down this straight, little straight before the big straight, into the opposite snail or the turbo section. Round he goes. He's going to have DRS this time, James, in his Sauber, battling the Renault. So it's going to be Ferrari power versus Renault power. But it's an old spec engine in that Sauber, so how will it affect him down the straight, even with DRS?
He was holding a nice tight line there, though, with James. It looks like he's got more front end grip anyway. He's gaining. He's going to have a look. He's sending one down the inside. Can he get it stopped, though? Just about. He's not quite. No. So Michael Kenny does the switch back, gets the move back. James will be fighting back. He'll get DRS again on this straight, trying to get the best run he can coming out of that corner. And by the way, J-Holt is approaching very fast for these two laps to go for these guys. He could get involved in this as well and maybe nick a point. Look at the speed though that James is carrying through there. He's got a little bit wide. Can he cut it back? Yes, he has. He's carried the momentum through. So this battle for the final 2 points could be about get another visitor from someone outside the points who will desperately want to try and get at least something from this race. James sends it down the inside into turn 3-4. Slight contact there, and now they're going to go side by side into the S's. James looks like he's ahead by a nose, but Michael Kenny fights back.
He's too wide, I think. He's been pushed off, and J-Holt's passed. I'll say that was pushed off more than James being ambitious around the outside. He tried to back off, and then just Michael Kenny run him out of road and onto the grass, and that's end of points really for James. It looks like.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the best angles there. It looked like it may have been helped off, but I couldn't tell. Yeah,
from mine it looked like he got... It didn't look... You wouldn't think contact immediately, but it was just pushed him, edging him wide and onto the grass, and one of them sort of things where...
So it helps his teammate go into the points, and so as J-Holt is flying, I think he'll get Michael Kenny, so we'll see if they battle.
Yeah. I have to keep an eye on where the leader is as well, because Jack Pearson has started his final lap of the race and have to quickly see where he is in the circuit. He is nearly finished actually. That's how far behind, so we're going to be able to go back to that J-Holt.
Turbo section.
Yeah. We're going to be able to go back to that battle.
Is in the lead on my screen.
Bazza is definitely not in the lead. He's down in P11 on my screen.
Oh right, so that was the fight for the last point.
Yes, that is actually the fight for the last point.
Fucking game. Right, so coming up to the final corner now, Jack Pearson. Bartwood has gained a little bit, but I think Jack Pearson's controlled the race. So Jack Pearson will win here in China. A controlled victory. Bartwood in second place, kind of gifted in it, really, with that mistake coming out of the double left-hander. Solanix will take home third position. A good drive by Solanix. Good strategy. He's gained him a lot of positions there. Joe Sayan will be the next across the line, 15 seconds behind, so a long way behind. But
yeah, we've switched back to the battle for the final point between the two Renaults now, as the top three have all crossed the line. So let's see how this pans out. Mike Noon, a lap down, is come home in last position.
So J-Holt versus Michael Kenny. How much grip does J-Holt have on them super soft tyres? It looks like just enough. Oh, snaking a little bit. He'll get DRS though on his teammate Michael Kenny as we head up towards the hairpin. How much downforce is he running? Depends on how quick he can get it. He's gaining all the time. Has a look down the inside. He is sending one down the inside. Michael Kenny gives him enough room. They are teammates after all. And J-Holt's got the power down. He's got enough grip to get the power down. He's made that move stick. So Michael Kenny gave him plenty of room, plenty of respect between him, and J-Holt takes a very comfortable last point for his efforts there. So, well, that was fairly entertaining. Not as entertaining as Spa, but a dry race, an unaffected race by the weather for once in the TGP2 series this year, or this season. So there's your top three there. Jack Pearson on the top step of the podium, Bartwood in second place, and Solanix in third in the Force India. So I'll just do a quick roundup. As we heard from a moment ago, top three: Jack Pearson first, Bartwood second, Solanix in third. Joe Sayer, solid points for Mercedes in fourth place. Jacko in fifth, good result there from McLaren. Luke Chiapelli in sixth, recovering really from a first mistake. Dom Smith in seventh, Erland in eighth, Goings in ninth in Toro Rosso. Mr. John in 10th, Bazza 11th. Have I got that right?
Bazza, yes, Bazza is actually 11th.
Jailed in 12th, but with a 15-second penalty.
Yeah, I think what it is he's had penalties like for pit lane and stuff like that, and he served them, and the game hasn't taken it off as him having penalties.
He won't get that position then, because he did it. He cut the white line coming out, so that'll have to be added on. So I think Michael Kenny will get that point.
So let's have a look at the comments from this race. So, Waze Kuba, here I come. Thank God I'm missing my worst trap, both of him. Automotive Kim, good luck Aiden. Come on, push that Sauber. Red Bull Kim. Come on, Adrian from Paul McGuinness. Y Racer, go on Bart. Automotive King, come on, push it Bart. Red Bull Kim. Okay. Demji Jordan L. Is this the only race, or is there another one? There's 3 races tonight. We've got China, Austria, which will be coming up next, and Malaysia. Loud Aspire, getting on my name wrong yet again. I'm not sure which driver you are, so if you could enlighten me and we could get that right for you. And the Kid 101, what a shot racetrack. I think I can translate that, but it's probably not stream appropriate. So that was the comments from that race. You can follow the series at TGP Series on Twitter. If you want to get involved, contact that account on Twitter. We're the commentators, Phil Bartrell and Owen Quimby. Vote Mayor Quimby on Twitter. What is your Twitter handle, Phil?
It is just at Phil Bartrell. Although I might change that to at the best person in karting in the commentary box.
Oh, here we go. Getting big for his boots. He goes quick in one karting session and he's suddenly all big for his boots, Mr. Phil Bardwell.
Oh, sorry, but what's it feel like to be bitten by an old man, Owen?
You've got more experience. You've got more age on your side. You've got more. That's my excuse anyway.
I also have more weight on my side.
Yes, that could have helped you get the traction down.
It doesn't.
It does.
You see me sliding into the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. It's Sir Lane X, isn't it? Not Sir Lanex.
Oh right, so Sir Lane X.
Yes.
Right, Sir Lane X.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. There we go. So we've sorted that out for you, sir. Jean-Luc Taylor's just commented Dom for victory because Austria. So we're about to launch, and we're gonna try and get a quick World Cup update in while we're here.
Oh yes, of course. Sounds like we've got a Bard Dude fan club in the comment section as well.
Yeah. Quick World Cup update. 39 minutes played in both games. It is currently 1-0 Switzerland against Costa Rica and 1-0 Brazil against Serbia.
Brazil.
So after the shock of Germany going out in the group stages, that may be a little bit easier for Brazil to get through to the quarterfinals now.
Not if my man Mitrovic helps. Come on, Mitrovic.
Yeah. So, right. I think for this lap, we should follow... who should we follow for this lap?
Driver. Let's follow Red Bull driver. So
I think Chiapelli. Let's follow Chiapelli for this lap. TGP Cars winner yesterday. What can he do today in TGP2 round Austria? Circuit the TGP Cars has already visited this season.
Yes. Yes, very true. He qualified 3rd in China, so a good vein of form at the moment in pace terms anyway.
Yeah.
I hope Baz has fixed the mask screen as well.
Yeah.
The other Red Bull driver. I do apologise, Bazza, but I had no idea where you were on track, literally. So it looks like a dry qualifying session for the drivers here today. Just over 10 seconds before they are let out on circuit, or less time if they are ready up. So we'll try and find Red Bull driver Luke Chiapelli to follow around. And shall we do a volume up lap?
Oh, we could do for this one. Try and find Chiapelli. He's at the top, so that makes it easier.
So that was your volume up lap there on board with Luca Chiapelli. In that qualifying session, I think I lost Bazza again. So I don't think my situation's fixed with Bazza. But Bart Dude, yet again.
No, it's Mike
Noon. I apologise. On my screen is Bart Dude. Mike Noon with a late surge there. So Mike Noon finally has a good qualifying session on pole.
And he's disconnected.
No! Oh no! Oh no! Hope he gets back in time.
Yeah. Anyway, let's run through the rest of the field.
Bart in second, Jack Pearson third, Dom Smith, good qualifying in fourth, Chris Johnson fifth, Luke Chiapelli in sixth, Jacko seventh, Sir Lane X in eighth, Goings ninth, AFCP James rounds up your top 10. Mike News back. Oh, we get back in sunshine. I hope his car's still there. Oh, that is devastating. I hope it's still there.
That pole position for Mike Noon puts him tied on third all-time poles list as well.
That's a good stat.
Yeah, ties with Mike Mike 09 LFC, that's the one.
Aha.
The record poles is 35 by Isaac Gillinson, who's now an esports driver for Project Cars 2, I believe.
He is, yes, he is, Isaac Gillinson.
So showing some of the pedigree we have in TGP.
Absolutely. Of course, I do remember one of Mike Noon's poles from Project Cars.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're on about.
So anyway, as we now get ready for the lights, looks like he didn't make it in time, so Mike Noon's not here. We're racing here in Austria, so Bart Duden leads away from the front of the field. Jack Pearson's had to duck in behind in second place. Don Smith representing Ferrari now in first. He's contact with Jack Pearson. Jack Pearson's down. He's facing the wrong way. Jack Pearson has lost all of this. Renault off as well. Michael Kenny in the wall.
Michael Kenny, yeah.
So Bart Duden's out. It's a Haas off. Oh, it's a force in the eye. I do apologise. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to Kumasato it there.
Yeah, he's
and
just...
there's a Red Bull facing the wrong way as well. Or is it?
That's Bazza, and no, he wasn't.
Right. So Bazza's not facing the wrong way. I do apologise.
Yeah.
But Bart, dude, miles out in front. He's got nearly a 3-second lead. It's heaven for Bart, dude. The fan club on YouTube will be going wild for the young Scotland. Dom Smith in second place, controversially, but it's a first lap, first corner incident. You probably get away with that. He's in second place, going to third. He's side by side with Luca Chiapelli. The battle of the Red Bulls at the Red Bull ring here. Side by side, Luca trying desperately around the outside. He's wrong way. He's under threat now from Jacko and Sir Lane X. Dom Smith very wide out the last corner, but he has to defend. Goings is going to run on him, going off into turn one. Barter is cleared off. We've probably never seen him. A few people pitting in the background. Lots of action here on the opening lap here in Austria. Dawson holds off Goings into turn one. But he's now head on the run up to turn three, because this is turn two as they're going on the left hand kick now. Dawson defending the inside for turn three with Luke Chiapelli kind of following. Goings going around the outside though. Can he make it stick? He's run a bit wide. Dawson is still going to hold it. Goings still there though. And Luca, he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, he just can't. It's just a traffic jam behind Dom Smith at the moment. Everyone's stuck behind him, I think down to about 7th place. Meanwhile, Wade, Jack Pearson, Michael Kenny and Jose are pitted there. As we now got 2x2 racing, this might Noah's Ark.
Of Dom Smith.
Noah's Ark
made it stick. Yes, he has. He has made it. Dom Smith very, very careful there. Coming out of the first left hand, he's paid the price for being very cautious. Luca Chiapelli now up into third, so two Red Bull cars now in second and third place. The sponsors will be very thrilled with that. Dom Smith now defending. Is he going to the pits?
No,
he's not. He's just being very cautious.
Yeah.
Being very cautious. He forces Jacko out wide. Now Sir Lane X is now down into on the super soft tyres. Oh, no. He's in the wall!
Oh no, big
Jacko's on the race! Oh my
Jacko's
God.
out. So Lane X has lost loads of time. Bazza was involved in that as well. Bazza's got no front wings because of that. Bazza the innocent party there. Completely innocent. Sir Lane X and
back ahead of Luca Chiapelli. Back up into third place. Is that third?
Yeah, it is third because Bazza's lost his front wing and running 6th at the moment.
Thank you. So Dom Smith takes third position away from his fellow countrymen from the Isle of Man. So the battle of the marksmen here, as there's yellow flags in sector one. I'm amazed that's not a safety car though.
Yeah, that was quite a big accident. Selenex, Jacko and Baz are all involved in that one. Well, Jacko's the big loser really. Baz has lost out as well. I haven't seen where Selenex is.
Selenex is down in 9th.
He's only got half front wing damage. Like, he hasn't got as bad as Bazza has. He's lost his front wing completely. Mr. John's lost part of his front wing as well, by the looks of it, I think. Yeah. Yes, he has.
Yes, Selenex has to pick, despite it only being half a front wing. I bet it's red.
Yeah, J-Holt's in as well. James is in. There's a lot of people starting to peel into the pit lane now.
Yes, there is. So there's probably only about like 5 drivers who haven't pitted yet.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the battle continues between the two Manx men. As
it does. Oh, Lucas pushing him.
Yeah.
Did he get some front wing damage there?
I don't think so. I'll just go on board quickly. No, he hasn't.
Might have got away with that. Chris Johnson lurking in the background. He's starting, and he definitely has got damage now.
Yeah.
Luca, a little bit late on the brakes. Dom Smith just parking on the apex. He's allowed to do that, and Luca has ran into the back of him. He will feel the deficit in the downforce there through these long sweeping corners here at Austria. He'll probably have to pit and change front wing.
He's still all over the back
stay out. He is. Dom Smith defending yet again. Luca a little bit wide. I think he's now struggling with the downforce. So Dom Smith now should pull away from Luca Chiapelli. Chris Johnson now will become interested. Just has to go to the inside line.
A bit early for that, to be honest, Chris Johnson.
Yeah, unless he's having engine overheating issues. Doesn't necessarily need to be doing that. So let's go through it all. So out in front, in a world of his own, singing the sound of music. Bardu is moving life at the moment. Probably could pop to Switzerland in the back and still be in the lead. He's got a huge gap over Goings in second place. Dom Smith still fending off Luca Chiapelli. He hasn't shaken him yet. Luca's got DRS. So round 79 between these two. Luca trying round the outside again here at turn number 4. He's still hanging on in there. So he has to tuck in. So I thought he was going to try and hang it round the outside for the inside here on the left-hander. But Dom Smith yet again defends. There's apparently a car of Bazza in the way, so this is probably not going to go well on my screen here.
Yeah, Bazza is currently running the last points playing position in 12th. There's a lot of cars who've made their stops already. I think down to about Waze, I think, in 7th have all made their stops already. Because they've either had damage or just had no grip. So it's very interesting so far. Jack Pearson, 1.7 behind, 1.8 behind Waze for...
Yes, Jack Pearson on the recovery drive though, after his spin and facing the wrong way at turn 1, really the worst possible start. Helped into that spin though by Dom Smith. As Dom Smith is finally shaken, by the looks of it, he has shaken off Luca Chiapelli, who's got Chris Johnson still not close enough though behind. So Chris Johnson there, he'll get DRS, but he's not close enough at the moment for a move, a late braking move, unless it's a dive bomb or a brake failure.
Into the pits is probably going to have a front wing change as well, because that's got a bit of damage to it.
Yes. So the field a bit spread out now. Part of it though, this is a dream come true. You can just hit all the apex, drive at your own speeds. No one's anywhere near him. Pit whenever you want, really. Just preserve your tyres. So Bardu in the prime position and just serenely going about his business. Goings in second place. Hard fought second place, but he's up there. He's doing the sponsors nice and proud. Dom Smith in third, hanging on in there. Luke Chiapelli is going defensive against Chris Johnson. Yeah. He does have DRS though. He's still within the DRS range of. Waze is out.
Waze is out. Where's he?
I can't see him either.
He's gone off big style at the infield section. Mr. John is in, by the way, as well.
Oh, he's clipped the curb. He's clipped the curb and spun to the inside.
Oh, so bloody hell, Chiapelli. You've run wide, and now Chris Johnson's going to mug him and take 4th position off him.
He is. So Chris Johnson is up into P4 now. Luca probably struggling with that front wing. Slight front wing damage there. You received a couple laps ago from running into the back of Dom Smith. So Bardu's still out in front. They're about 10-second lead now. Serenely going about his business. Still not feeling the need to pit yet. Why not? He's in control of the race. Goings in second place, going about his business. He also is not pitting in yet. Oh, I
Yeah,
tell you,
he's
he is pitting
now.
We'll just make sure you break in good enough time down to the limit. He does so. Dom Smith and Chris Johnson stay out. Luca Ciapelli is also in the pit. Will he change his front wing? No, that'll be the interesting thing. Or we'll just gamble, save you 5 seconds that you were to change the front wing and just hope for the best, really. So into the box
guys
he is.
Yeah, change.
Looks like he's changing the front wing. So opted for the downforce.
It'll be interesting to see where Jack Pearson plays out in all this. He stopped on lap 1 after that spin. So let's see how he gets on. Chiapelli's coming. He's going to be in front of Chiapelli, which put him at about next 4th, something like
that. 5th, I think. But yeah, with others still at the pit.
Yeah.
Jack Pearson could still get on the podium here.
Yeah.
A great comeback drive. And it'll do his championship a world of good if he can get back onto the podium. So Jack Pearson did a solid job on his recovery drive to get back up through the field. There's still a few people yet to pit. Chris Johnson, Don Smith, and Bardu, but Bardu will be well out in front.
Yeah,
so
guys, I think Dom's pitting this time, by the looks of it, the way he's driving into the corner. So's
Chris Johnson is following him in as well.
Yeah. Before they stopped though, Bardu had an 18.5 second lead over these two. So he practically had a pit stop's lead. So if he feels like it towards the end of the race and wants to fancy it, he probably could pull out a pit stop on Dom and the group behind. So if he wants to slap on another set of ultras right near the end and go for fastest lap,
he could possibly, but Goings is going to keep that honest though. So that's the only problem. So they just have to play it sensible, really. Solid one-stop strategy. So Don Smith has come out ahead of Jack Pearson, but Jack Pearson is ahead of Chris Johnson, so he's got one of the two.
Yeah, he's still got a chance of a podium, Jack Pearson. Dom Smith, he loves forming a train, I think is the best way of describing it.
He does. Dom Smith got on the super soft tyres, Jack Pearson having to go on the softs with a spin from lap 1, but it was helped by Dom Smith, so Jack Pearson, he's got the red mist, he's got the red rag and the ball right in front of him, so Jack Pearson charging straight towards Dom Smith, but we have to enact some revenge on the marksman. So let's see if Jack Pearson can close that down. If he has to do it, he's got to do it as quick as possible though, because his tyres will start falling off the edge soon.
Yeah. So have a quick run down through the field. So Bardood is leading by 28.3 seconds, but yet to make his stop. Goins in second, Dom Smith third, Jack Pearson fourth, Chris Johnson fifth, Chiapelli sixth, James in 7th and quite close to the back of him. Bazza in 8th and running wide coming out the final corner. J-Holt in 9th, also running wide coming out the final corner. Sir Lanex in 10th, very close to the back of him. Mr. John in 11th and Joe Serra in the last points paying position.
Sir Lane has got a good run on Jay as we come out of turn 1 there. No DRS off this hill, but there will be in the real life F1 at the weekend. So going down the inside. It looks like he's going to make that stick, but Jay's far superior on the brakes there, and Selene had to back up there. He looked like he's going to run into the back, so he had to just jam on the brakes mid-corner. It's compromised his exit speed, and I think Jay will live to fight another day on that. But Selenex has got some good. Selenex, sorry, has got some good speed on these soft tyres there.
Yes, he has. He's going to have a little sniff there in the infield section. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Probably unlikely. He's hustling and harrying, though, all over the back of him. Meanwhile, Jack Pearson is now about a second behind Dom Smith, so almost in DRS. We'll probably switch to him when he's in DRS range.
Indeed, we will. So then still within DRS range. Jay kind of went defensive there, but he's gone back onto the race line. Felt no need to then into turn 1. Selene wasn't close enough. Again, Selene's got a better run coming out of turn 1. Should stick in the slipstream, but I think he's going to make the position his car for turn 3 as we head on to it now towards the braking point. Can he be late on the brakes this time? No, Jay once again.
He can't do it on the brakes.
Selene getting a better exit. Putting his foot down there, opens the DRS. It looks like he's got the car alongside this time, so side by side as we head down into turn 4. Now, can he be better on the brakes going into turn 4? Locks up a little bit. He's got the move. He's made the move stick. Lovely, clean move there by Solonix. He is up into
meanwhile, further down in the pack, Joe Sayer has somehow got in front of Mr. John. I'm not sure what happened there, but Mr. John's now got half a front wing.
Oh dear.
As we're now going to have a quick volume up as we follow Jack Pearson as he counts down Dom Smith.
The DRS flap pops open there on Jack Smith, so you can see he's within a second there of Dom Smith, so he has gained a little bit, still gaining, so Dom Smith not feeling the benefit on these super soft tyres, or maybe just Jack Pearson's superior pace at the moment as well, so Jack Pearson's soft tyres hanging on in there, and Dom Smith is getting a bit raggedy and a bit going defensively when he doesn't really need to, so he's losing time all the time when he does that. Now Jack Pearson is right on the gearbox of the Ferrari man. Chris Johnson again lurking in the background. Chris Johnson could get a podium out of this. Yeah, if these two make further contact. Dom Smith already tipping Jack Pearson in zone. Jack Pearson down the inside as we go into said turn 1. Is he going to act his revenge? Will he tip the Ferrari man, or is he just going to make a clean move? It looks like it's a clean move. Dom Smith trying to switch back there. Can he get a run? Going back on Jack Pearson up towards turn 3. Are they side by side? I can't quite make out from that angle. It looks like they are. Can Dom Smith break it? He's going for it. Dom Smith fighting back. Number 74 and 75. Jack Pearson hangs it round the outside. Lives to fight another day. Dom Smith will get DRS back in the slipstream, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move going into turn 4 now.
Yep, and that is the recovery drive done for Jack Pearson, I believe. So that is him back up into P3, onto the podium now, and I think he should pull away from Dom Smith.
So, still a cracking job to get back to the podium. So fair play to him.
For anyone who cares, Bart Dude is still leading the race, and he has now stopped. So the gap's now down to 7.5 seconds. If you wanted your leader update, just to remind you, he is in the race. We haven't shown him because he's just so far out in the lead.
His fan club will be cheering at the rafters on YouTube, I'm sure. So coming out of the final corner, then Jack Pearson. Now pulling away from Dom Smith. There is a McLaren, I believe.
Yeah, it's Mr. John. He had part front wing damage, came over another stop, and it was rejoined right in the middle of this battle.
He's a lap down then, so he's just got the fresher tyres and he's just flying at the moment. But Dom Smith shouldn't really worry about him. He should just kind of let it go, really.
I'm going to have to commentate on this because you probably won't be able to see this battle, but there's a battle for P8 between Bazza and Sir Lanex forming. Sir Lanex on the soft tyres. He's got past JL, I believe, finally. He's got front wing damage currently as I just flicked to him. So, round into turn number 3, 2. Oh, and Bazza's lost traction. Ended up near the inside wall, and that is that battle done. So, let's move back up towards Chris Johnson and Dom Smith.
Thank you very much for that. All right, as Barton said, the fastest lap of the race. His dominance really of this. It's a shame Mike Noon didn't make it back, because he would have made a race of this, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think he would have. Meanwhile, we're going to follow Chris Johnson, who's now going to try and take 4th position off the Ferrari driver Dom Smith. As we head towards turn 1, he's got the DRS open.
Dom Smith is still having one of his better races though. He's in P4, he's been challenging the podium. He did tip Jack Pearson, I hate to remind you, but he did hit Jack Pearson in turn 1. On lap 1, but other than that, it's been a solid drive from the Ferrari man, from the Maximum. But Chris Johnson now on the back of him, within DRS range, still not close enough though to make a move. 3.5 laps to go, so it could start heating off. Chris Johnson within DRS, as I say, so he'll look to chip away at that gap, get close enough to make a move into one of his favoured braking points, which I believe on this track is turn 3, turn 4 effectively, isn't it? You can make a move in turn 1.
Gonna have a quick positional change update as Goings has gained the most positions in this race as P6 as we just look at Chris Johnson having a sniff at Dom Smith, but not quite. But he's gained the most positions, and no one's really lost a lot of positions apart from Mr. John. He's only lost 2 to be fair to him, so not overly a lot. Can't really count Jacko because he's retired from the race, but most people who've lost positions have only lost 1 in this race, so not really much changes.
Oh gosh!
Speaking of Mr. John, there he was, facing the wrong way and giving a fright to Chris Johnson and Dom Smith.
That's not what you want to see. A car facing sideways as you're coming out of turn 1 at like 120 mile an hour. Goodness me, that will put the brown stuff in your pants. Disaster averted though for now, as Dom Smith heading down into turn 4, still holding off Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson, still not close enough for a challenge on the Manxman.
No, not quite at all. He's about 2 tenths behind him according to the splits, so he's still challenging. This is by far the closest battle on the circuit. Everyone else is sort of like 3 seconds apart now, so we're just going to follow this till the end probably, because it's just no one else is really close to each other at the moment.
There isn't. Just to remind you, out in front by like literally a country is Bart Dude. He's off to Germany, I think, enjoying some non-alcoholic beverages. He's still far too young. Goings in second place, 12 seconds behind. Jack Pearson further 12 seconds behind Goings, and then we've got this battle on screen right now between Dom Smith and Chris Johnson for the 4-5. A good chopper angle there as they head up into turn 3. Chris Johnson a little sneaky look. Dom Smith a bit wide there, so it's probably Chris Johnson's best chance. He's still not close enough though for a move, but every single time he does that, Dom Smith makes a little mistake. It gets him closer and closer, and the opportunity becomes greater and greater. So Chris Johnson will still plug away. Only 2 laps to go though. 1.5 laps to go by the end. This Bart Dude is just started his final lap. So Chris Johnson, he's going to make the move. He's going to make it within pretty much the next half a lap, because the opportunities are running very thin now. So Bart Dude starts his final lap of a serene race, a very boring race for him to be honest, but that's, if you're going to take a win, that's probably how you want them. Plain simple and boring. Coming out of the final corner then, here comes Dom Smith and Chris Johnson. Again, Chris Johnson not close enough, so you'll need to get a good run out of turn 1 now. Concentrate on doing that. Get on the power nice and early. Dom Smith runs a little bit wide, that will help Chris Johnson on the run to turn 3. This is one overtaking opportunity. Chris Johnson in the slipstream. Dom Smith going defensive, so Chris Johnson, this is a chance. He's going to go around the outside. Dom Smith will defend. He needs to park it though, because Chris Johnson had a little look. He does have DRS though, so Dom Smith again called into defensive duties as we head on towards turn 4. Chris Johnson, he's going to have to go around the outside with Dom Smith defending the inside. As a look, he's braked later. Dom Smith giving enough room. He's just about held onto it. So good defending there from the Ferrari man. Across the line, by the way, is Bart. I do apologise for missing that, but Bart across the line. Race winner here in Austria in the second race tonight. Goings across the line in second place. He'll be happy with that, as will his sponsors. Apparently Bazza for me in third.
No, Jack Pearson is in third. That is what
Jack Pearson.
Jack Pearson comes across the line in third. The battle still rages. They head towards the line now between Dom Smith and Chris Johnson. Is Chris Johnson going to be able to get him before the line? No, he isn't. Dom Smith gets fourth. Chris Johnson fifth. Schiaparelli picks up the 3-second time penalty and comes home sixth in the end. James is going to come home 7th. Sir Lanex is going to come home in 8th. Bazza coming home 9th. JL in 10th with Joe Sayer all over the back
Joe
of him.
Sayer closing. He's probably going to run out of time. Joe's going to fling it in now. Not a care in the world. Go on, Joe Sayer.
They might have him, you know.
Oh, not enough time. Oh, only just. Joe Sayer benefits from his own point system though by finishing P11.
And Erland takes the final point and the last of the lead lap runners.
So there you are from Austria. A bit of a boring race out in front. We do apologise for the lack of it, but sometimes it happens. You can't get a classic in every race. So Bart did there, your race winner here in Austria, Goings in second place. And rounding out your podium, a great recovery drive back through the field for Jack Pearson in third, which definitely maintains his title push. And I'll go through the order as they spread the champagne. So Bart Daly, your race winner, going to second place. Jack Pearson third. Dom Smith, a solid drive in fourth. Chris Johnson, in fifth. Luke Chiapelli in sixth with a penalty, but he does hold on to that. James in seventh. Sir Lanex in eighth. Baza in ninth, probably. Jay Holt in 10th. Joe Sayer in 11th. And Erland rounding out your points in 12th. Michael Kenny a lap down in 13th. And Mr. John also a lap down in 14th. Your two retirements were Wace and Jacko. James has left the session. I hope it's connection issues and not rage quit or anything like that.
Yep, so we're going to have a quick look at the comments while we move from Austria to Malaysia. So, first comment, I think I will go with Jaden Alton. Whoever took me off, they better be ready to throw hands. Ooh, that was regarding China. It's coming home from Jean-Luc Taylor. I don't think it is yet. Calm down. Jaden Alton was up for a podium apparently in China and then got hit, so that's what his side of it. That's why he dropped down the field. Jean-Luc Taylor, Ferrari international assistant, damage everywhere as well. Great driving from Bart. Come on, Lucas. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe. I can't really repeat that on the stream. Waze Kuba, I hate this track. Demji, Jordan, come on, Sir Lanex. Soft Cop put in TGP 4 times, and good recovery from Jack to get the podium from Jean-Luc Taylor, the TGP1 driver. We'll have a quick World Cup update as well, and it's still the same scoreline. Switzerland 1, Costa Rica 0, and Serbia 0, Brazil 1.
Should I leave and come back?
You have to tell him quickly if you're going to do that.
Hang on a sec. Just so I can see Baza.
Yeah.
It's quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't send an invite. Check Twitter. Why am I checking Twitter? Oh, no, they're going. I don't have time for it. Oh well. Never mind that as we head towards Malaysia.
Yep. I think for this one, I think we should follow Goings on his lap.
Goings? Okay, fair enough. Yes, let's follow Goings. I was going to suggest one of Mercedes as sponsored by Petronas, but
you could Goings. Do actually. We've already done one.
Joe.
Yeah, we'll go with Joe then.
Yeah.
We've already given Jack some spotlight tonight, so give Joe some spotlight. Da 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 da.
As we skip this.
Yep. So are we going to do a volume up, or are you commentating through the lap, Mr. Phil Bardwell?
I'll try and commentate through the lap. What I might do this time is actually go through the positions as they're changing on the tower on the left-hand side. It looks like it's another dry session now. So 3 dry sessions in a row. What's happened? Is the game fixed? Oh wait, no. This is Co-Masters. Of course not.
Okay.
So here we go then. So as you on stream will ride on board with Joe Sayer as they start the lap, the board on the left goes absolutely crazy. Apparently Wace has got the initial run down into turn 1, and Mike Noon and Tom Smith very initially was up there. Bart dude, who looks like he's back in his rightful place at the front. Wace staying in there. Bart dude on his lap has went wide by the looks of it, very wide. He's dropped back quite a few positions there as we head through the S-bend. So Wace currently in provisional pole. So Lanex in second with Goings though. kind of in this occupying the same track. Michael Kenny's binned it by the looks of that. As we now head into it's kind of a head, but it's a second gear head, and Wace gets a bit sideways on his lap, but he's still heading the field. Goes his second. He's drifted though through the next corner. Believe it or not, it's helped him. Mr. John's also retired from the session. Until we'll start on the back of the field. Wace now, as we head onto the back straight, will open DRS. He's still out in front. According to the timing screens, unless it all changes at the end. Bartman's makes his way back up to 4th place by going off on his lap. So it's a good recovery drive. It looks like Wace will be your pole man as they come across the line. Yes, it's Jack Pearson has gone in 2nd place. He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And Wace is your pole position man here in Malaysia.
Yep, so Way's pole position, good qualifying performance from him. Jack Pearson 2nd and Goins in 3rd.
Yes, pretty close there. Less than 2 tenths covering the top 3. So the rest of your field, Badu in 4th. Good recovery actually from he was off the circuit. Solenex in 5th. Luke Chiapelli in 6th. Erland 7th. Baza in 8th, maybe. Mike Noon in 9th. Chris Johnson 10th. Jose 11th. Jacko in 12th. Tom Smith in 13th. That was your finishers because Mr. John and Michael Kenny either binned it or just retired.
This is news just in from the Sayer Sports Weather Centre, and it's apparently going to be a wet to dry race for this one.
Oh.
So there's the rain you're on about.
Yes, as we skip this bit. I've got cars upside down.
Yeah, don't worry, so have I.
I have a Force India upside down and a McLaren trying to have sex with the pit wall.
I had 3 cars mounting each other, making the human caterpillar, but tower-wise, I guess. So we're here at Sepang International Circuit, opened in March 1999, the 3.4 mile circuit. Lap record 2017 by Sebastian Vettel in his Ferrari, 1 minute 34 dead.
So here are the 5 red lights, tension rises, the revs rise, and we are underway in Malaysia. Now Michael Kenny's jumped the start, that's the worst thing you could do. I know that, I've done that plenty. Buzzer apparently is out in front for me again, but I'll ignore that. So, as we head on down into turn 1, it looks like it's Goings versus Pearson. They're running a bit wide, they're all running a bit wide. There's a Force India coming down the inside. They're about 4 wide as we come into turn 2. Open and boring. There's a Red Bull mounting a Sauber in the midfield somewhere. That must be Buzzer on my screen.
Okay.
So they come through. It looks like a clean getaway though from all your driving. And Jack Pearson has made his way to the front. There's a. I'm going to ignore that.
No, it's Goings in the lead.
Oh, it is Goings. When did that happen? Oh, Red Bulls. So, Jack Pearson in 2nd place. Solenex in 3rd. Luca Chiapelli, another great start in a wet session. What is it with him in wet starts? He flies. He loves the conditions. Mike Noon in 5th. Welcome back, Mike. Badu has dropped to 6th place. He dropped the competition. Way slow. Your biggest loser is down in 7th place. Our pole man down in 7th. Erland in 8th. Jose and I've Mr. John in 10th. Battling with his teammate. These two McLarens are always together on the first lap. Chris Johnson, Don Smith, and Michael Kenny. Baza somewhere in there, I don't know where though.
Baza is currently in last position, so that is actually where he is. He's all over the back of Michael Kenny.
Fair enough. So, Goings out in front. Jack Pearson less than half a second. Goings a little bit wide. Catching the curve. Jack Pearson has a sniff down the inside. Now, in these intermediate and wet conditions, overtaking, believe it or not, is a lot more tricky because you go for a move, you're probably going to run wide. Which is not what you want to do, so you've got to plan your move very carefully. It's like a slow-mo move, overtaking move. So drivers have got to be on their toes here. So end of the first lap, Goings out in front. Jack Pearson pulling out the spray, probably just for visibility in 2nd place. Solenex in 3rd. Luca Chiapelli, the man of the wet moments, in 4th. That probably sounded wrong.
That does sound quite bad.
Badu down the inside of Mike Noon. Mike Noon does fight back into turn 2. Can he hold off the young Scotsman? Then they're going side by side. Badu is going to have the grip down the inside. He's made that move up into 5th, back down to 6th. Race your poor man in 7th place. He'll want to follow Bartlett as quickly as possible. Erland hanging on into 8th. Joe 9th, Mr. John in 10th. Jack Oliver, Chris Johnson, at the moment rounding out your points scoring results, but a long way to go yet in this race.
Yeah, very long way to go. Lots of close battles towards the rear of the field at the moment, especially towards the tail end points. Very close between them lot, as Chris Johnson's all over the back of Jacko for 11th place. So heading towards the hairpin in these slippy intermediate conditions. Is he going to make a move? Not quite. Dom's all over the back of him. Bazza's clipped the back of Dom there. So let's see how that carries out. Meanwhile, the lead for Goings is 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, the lead is increasing. So Goings has a nice healthy margin there over Jack Pearson, who has an equally healthy margin over Sir Lennox, but he's got the man of the moment, Lucia Pelli. He's lost a bit of time coming out of that corner though. Bartu is now closer to Luca than Luca was originally to Sir Lennox, so Luca may have to defend. Not quite. He's putting the brakes there. Again, running a bit wide, so making life tricky for himself. Don't set the fastest lap of the race. Well, I was just about to say Bartu's probably going to take that away from him. Bartu's got superior straight line speed. Heading down the start-finish straight. He's going to go around the outside of Luca Chiappelli. Luca will not make that easy for him. We're not Luca's like defending and attacking. He's one of the more aggressive drivers out there, but it does work for him.
Yeah, it does work. As we see Bardude, is he going to make a move into turn number 4?
Four. He's going to get the switchback though. Luca's running wide. Bardude, that is perfect. That is textbook from the young Scotsman there. He's up into P4. Back on the charge through the field is the young Scotsman. The fan club will be going wild there. So Luca down into 5th. Mike Newman is slowly making edgeways now up to the marksman there for P5. Wace is has dropped back a bit actually. He's in P7. Erland hanging on the back of him in P8. So there's a bit of a gap back to Joe Sayer in 9th.
Yeah, Mr. John in 10th, Chris Johnson 11th, and Bazzo's just taken Jacko for the final point, but Jacko's going to stick it back up the inside. No, he isn't, but Bazzo's wide into the gravel and loses 2 places in the process. So we're going to have a look at Mike Noon now. He's now quite close to the back of Chiappelli. That's probably the next battle brewing, although Bardude is starting to pull in Sir Lanex as well though.
He is. I think Bartu is probably the man to watch in probably a lap or two's time as he hunts down Sir Lanex for the final step on the podium. But believe me, Bartu will not want that. He'll probably still think he can win this, knowing Bartu. He's that type of driver. He'll be pushing flat out to go for the win. Oh, his title rival Jack Pearson is only in 2nd place. Goins is maintaining his healthy margin. 1.5 seconds out in front, so Goins doing a solid job out in front there. Bartlett is closing in on.
Yeah, and Michael Kelly has been disqualified for ignoring his jump start drive-through penalty.
Well, that's interesting. Mike Noon down the inside of Luca Chiappelli. Is he going to make the mistake? No. Luca hangs it round the outside there. Mike Noon scrambling for grip as he tries to get the power on to get the drive coming into the S's here, but so maybe the next battle is Luke Chiappelli versus Mike Noon for the time being. Bartlett is now also on the back of Sir Lanex, so we've got 2 battles here, one for the podium and one just behind for P5 and P6 respectively.
Yeah, keeping an eye on the podium battle. Bardude very close to the back of him as they head round turn number 9 now, heading through turn 10 in towards turn 11. Is he going to try and maybe do a move at turn 11? Unlikely. Or is he? No, he's not. No. In towards 12 now, that's definitely not. Maybe into 13. Can he get the move done into turn 13 now? Going to have a sniff up the inside? No, not quite. Let's have a look further down. It's Mike Noon, no, he's not having a sniff either into turn 13. So, down the back straight, no DRS in the wet conditions. So, down the back straight, in towards turn 15. A big bit of a lock up there for Slay Lanex as they head round turn 15 in towards the start finish lap. Yes, Goings has pitted. What does he put on? That is the question.
Is he going for slicks?
I'm going to keep an eye on him as yeah, people are moving up the field. Bart Dude and Sir Lanex are side by side, and Bart Dude has got the move done into P2, and that is him up into P2. Goings onto the soft tyres.
He did this before, didn't he?
Yep, Joe Sarin, he's also going to the softs.
He's also
Mr. John probably to the softs, and Dom Smith as well looks like he's going to the softs.
So we've got some gamblers here. I don't understand Goings as though. He did this in Spa. He pitted in like 2 laps too early and lost an awful lot of time because the DRS activation hasn't been activated.
No, it hasn't, and that's normally like you're probably a lap. If anything, you're a lap too late when that happens. So you got to try and judge it on the DRS activation. Is he squirming, Goings? Meanwhile, there's a battle between Bazza and Jacko. They're side by side round 5. I just caught the end of that. Are they still side by side? I don't know where he's gone. No, Bazza's behind now.
I think Goings has cost himself the race victory again.
Yeah, Bart Dude, who's the man on the charge, is now starting to claw in Jack Pearson, the race leader, at this current time.
Wace is all over the back of Mike Noon, just a bit further behind, which is now the fight for 5th position. Mike Noon running very wide there. You don't want to be out there because there's no grip at all out there, and you can get a penalty if you do that too many times. So Wace all over the back. Mike Noon is struggling though by the looks of it. On the rear tyres, getting no traction at all, so he's got another Ferrari power car in the Haas and Wace behind him. Goes defensively, brakes probably a bit too late, but Wace also hot on the brakes. Wace is in the pits. So
Wace is in. Wace is in, and Baz has gone back past Jacko. They've been slicing back and forth. Got to switch to Bart Dude now. He's all over the back of the race lead, Jack Pearson, so needs to keep an eye on this one really.
We do. Chris Johnson also in the pits. I did see that in the background. He's probably also going to go to slick. So there's a few guys pitting in, I think, too early.
Well, yeah. Waze in. Chris Johnson, Bazza, Jacko. They're keeping an eye on the leaders, though.
We will. So, Jack Pearson there. Interesting. It's put Bazza's car on circuit for me.
This is good. This is going to show what's happening. Goings is in turn 1, and Waze, Waze is out ahead. So yeah, he's
an awful lot of time Goings has lost. An awful lot of time.
Yeah, so much time that Waze, who was back down at about P5, P6, is now in front of him on the racetrack. So Goings has just thrown away a victory.
Gamble not worth, but it's the same for Dom Smith, Mr. John and Joe Say. They also pitted in far too early.
Yeah, but they were at the back of the field, so it didn't really matter as much. Goings leading the race, deciding to pit for the dry tyres. Oh, big slide from Jack. Big slide from Jack
Tokyo
Pearson.
Drift style. 10 out of 10 for effort. He's sideways again.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why they pitted, because there's no rain.
Yeah.
But the circuit's still wet. The circuit's not drying up though.
No, the circuit isn't drying up as Bart Dude is all over the back of Jack Pearson heading towards the final corner now. Is any of these going to dive into the pit lane?
Jack Pearson does.
Yep, Jack's in. He's going for the slicks then. Bart Dude's staying out for another lap. Anyone else diving in? Chiapelli and Selenex? Probably not. We've got a great camera shot of Selenex versus Chiapelli as they head down towards turn 1.
Chopper coming to turn 1. We've been here before on TGP.
Oh, yeah.
Paul McGuinness, remember? Never forget. And Paul picking up the double toe. It's the exact same camera shot as well. I love it. I won that race.
You did. You capitalised. Erland in the pits. Mike Noon in the pits.
As Ginger Andy said, there's been about
let's see where Jack Pearson's peeled out. He's out of the pit lane now. He's ahead of Waze, ahead of Goings. So, they pitted too early. Let's see how much longer Bart Dude holds out.
There's contact between Mike Noon and Goings. Mike Noon, very eager, has got no grip, of course. And Goings has had a lap, he's got heat in the tyres. Goings forces him off the circuit. Rightfully so, because it's a bit abrupt and rude there from Mike Noon, trying to get out and stay out ahead. The guy still
DRS is enabled, so that means we're going to see everyone else who hasn't stopped yet surely stream into the pits now.
Probably the perfect time to pit. So Bart Dude staying out. This may have been the perfect call.
Yeah.
Oh, he's drifted! He's off! He's off! I've cursed him! Oh no! I'm sorry!
you got carried away there. But Bardude's off though. Bardude has gone off and Chiapelli leads the race.
Well, I mean, Bardude's off. Did I not say that?
I thought you said Goings was off.
No, I'm sure. Sorry, I meant Bardude. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So surely
Mr. John has the tyre.
Chiapelli
this time he's pitted.
Sir Lanex in, Bardude in. Jack Pearson.
This is your chance to win it again.
Yeah. Oh, there's an incident in Sector 2, by the way. We're not sure what's happened.
I think that'll be Mr. John.
Might be. Yeah, it will be. Oh, migrating host. Brilliant. As these lot have all pitted for the slicks. Well, no! Oh no, Aiden hadn't hit his pit box yet. Jack Pearson's in the lead though. He's timed it absolutely perfectly.
He has. Ways to set the fastest lap. Can Luca Chiapelli get out in front of Wace? No, he cannot. So Wace.
Oh, contact into turn 1.
Luca, what have you done? Oh, what good work! Too eager. Too eager. He's on again.
He's doing donuts.
Oh, Luca Chiapelli, too eager. Too eager, son. You bed yourself in on slicks on a drying track. He's going to go around again in a minute.
Is he actually? Has he stopped spinning yet? He has stopped spinning. I've gone back to him.
Oh, what a disaster. He's too eager, trying to defend the position, which, to be frank, wasn't on. Weight is on the warmer tyres. He's got the grip. You might as well just let him go. It's a battle not worth fighting for, I believe.
Closest battle currently on track now. Everyone's pitted for slick tyres. Is probably Mike Noon and Erland for 6th position.
It looks like it is, yes. Bardude in P5. His spin has cost him quite a few positions there. So Jack Pearson has benefited hugely by just pitting in at the right time.
Yeah, that's all it is with wet to dry racing though. It's just pitting in at the right time. You could get the call absolutely spot on, you gain massively.
It still looks a bit tricky out there though, it hasn't properly dried.
Oh, Erland's gone wide. Mike Noon's going to dive up the inside into the penultimate corner. Can he get the move done? They're going to be side by side.
Banging wheels. DRS over 4, Mike Noon. He's going to have to go around the outside, it's a long way around. Jack Pearson sits the fastest lap in going every half.
Is that done? Yes it is, Mike Noon's passed.
It has. He's gone wide.
Meanwhile, Goings is now all over the back of Sir Lanex as they head towards turn 1, lap number 9 of 14 here in Malaysia.
Yeah, so Goings, your early race leader, pitted far too early though. We ruined that. I still don't understand why. Why would you pit that early for slicks? You haven't had to call the DRS. Chance thrown away there from Goings there. He's now in 4th place though, so can he get back onto the podium? So Lanex will be defending with all his might, but he's not too far away from Waste though either, so the fight for the remaining podium position, 2nd and 3rd, is well and truly on, because Bardude as well, he'll be closing, and he's on super soft tyres.
Yeah.
He'll probably be the quickest man out on this field, so it'll probably take him a little bit of time to warm up the super softs. I think they'll take a longer time to warm up on a drying track, or Goings has made a mistake because he's lost a fair bit of time there, and Bardude is now all over the back of the gearbox of the Toro Rosso driver.
Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look and see what tyres everyone's on. So, out of the guys everyone's on slicks now. Bardude and Bazza are on super softs, Jacko on mediums, and everyone else is on the soft tyres.
Still looking a handful out there for the drivers. This track is not drying up quickly. It's very stubborn to dry up. Jack Pearson sets the fastest lap. Probably going to be swapped around between everyone when as this track dries out, as the cars get more grip, the tyres get more grip, the tyres get heated up. So Lanex now sets the fastest lap. Bardude now sets the fastest lap. So as I said, Bardude making moves. Mike Noon sets the fastest lap. Bardude around the outside. Can he make it? He's going for it. Goings defends for now. Bardude put his nose down there, and just in front, so Lanex and Waste are very close as well. The battle for 2nd and the battle for 4th. I've got it all on one screen. Waste doesn't make a move. What's in the background? Bardu doesn't make a move either. Probably going to set him up, I believe, as we come into the S's. So, two great scraps, in pretty close order as well. Battle for second and the battle for fourth, all on screen here in the TGP2 race at Malaysia.
Yeah, very close indeed. Bardude, as Goings runs wide, and that's Bardude through, up into P4. So now he's going to try and get Sir Lanex, as Lanex tries to make a move around the outside in turn 9. Tries to get the switchback now. Very side by side going around turn 10, 11. Not going to work. Never works at that corner. He's going. Oh, he's going to go trying around the outside of 12 in these damp conditions. Are you mad, son?
Not here.
Oh,
he's made it stick. What a move! If he can't hold it, he doesn't waste. Defends brilliantly as well. Great race in between them two, side by side with no contact.
And that's
Great
just let Bardude in nicely, as we're going to watch it on board his car. So
neither of these two have DRS either, by the looks of it, so they didn't help each other at all. Waste defending. Sir Lennox is going to get the run out, but Bardude is now also here on these super soft tyres. Sir Lennox should have DRS, I do believe. They're going side by side as we head towards turn 1.
Neither of them got DRS, and Bardude has.
They haven't.
Bardude going to try and stick it around the outside.
He's not going to make that move, but Sir Lennox is going to make it stick around the outside. Lovely, lovely move there from the Force India man. He is up into second place, raced down to third. Bardude now very interested in this podium fight. Right behind on these super soft tyres.
Yeah, Goings is still lurking in the background. Mike Noon lurking in the background, and Erlan lurking in the background, as well as Waze has made a mistake, and that means Bardude is through.
Bardude, giving him an inch, he'll take a mile. Bardude on the podium there. So Waze has dropped down out of the he's dropped down from second to fourth in the space of half a lap, effectively.
Yep.
And he looks like he's struggling to hang on there. So Lennox and Bardude definitely have the pace to pull away from Waze. Goings now will look interesting in Waze. So Waze, he could finish outside the top 7 here at this rate.
Yeah, they're all very close to each other, the top 7, so could go anyway. As we see Bardude getting closer and closer on those super soft tyres, giving him the extra grip in the cooler conditions. Might dig a bit faster in normal conditions, but in cooler conditions this is helping him out massively and just keeping the tyre life a bit longer for him as they head down toward turn 15, the final corner on this circuit. Jack Pearson again setting fastest lap. He's doing what Bardude did last race. He got the strategy right and just walked off into the distance as he's got 3 laps to go.
He is. Bardude has DRS. Bardude now setting the fastest lap of the race with DRS. So Lennox has a good straight line speed in the Force India. Goes a little bit defensive. Bardude's going to try hanging around the outside. He's going to try and mark Webber this, but to no avail. So he has to stay behind Sir Lennox for another lap at least.
Yeah.
But
meanwhile, Goings is all over the back of Waze as well in the background. So that could be happening any time now as well.
Yes, when he's struggling, man. Your pole position, man. In P4 at the moment. Unfortunately, going the wrong way. Bardude's off the circuit.
That's
he's
dropped him back, so we can follow Goings and Waze for a little bit now. We've got a bit of a breather from that battle. We can look at the other battle that's happening in the top 5. As Goings runs a bit wide, but he's still in touch in distance. And Mike Noon has joined this battle as well.
He has, yes, Mike Noon now. So it makes it a 3-way fight, and Erland is not too far away either. So this could be a 4-way fight as we've got less than 2.5 laps to go here in Malaysia in the TGP2 season. This is your third and final race of the evening. We've had a race in China and my name is terrible.
Oh, China, Austria and Malaysia. Austria. This is Malaysia, the final race.
Thank you very much.
So
coming up to the final corner now. Bardude has caught back up to Sir Lennox within DRS, but if the last lap was anything to prove by Sir Lennox, has got awesome straight line speed in that Force. So Bardude probably have to sit behind for another lap in the background. Kind of status quo, they're all about the same distance apart. So Waste will hang on. Going shoulders nose, but really just nothing there. Waste
more of an intimidation thing there from Goings.
Yes. So status quo there as they kind of spread out a little bit now. You guys in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. But Erland is still kind of chipping away at that fight, trying to get on the back of it, trying to get within DRS to make it a 4-way fight. we'll go back to Bardu and Sir Lennox. Bardu again running a bit wide. Maybe his tyres are starting to go off now. He's been on a fair bit, and this was only supposed to really last half distance in the 25% race. So we're still going to dive down the inside. I think he got his braking point wrong.
Yeah, he's lost. Has he lost a bit of his front wing? No, I think he's just about got away with it.
Yes, he did get away with that. Just
Erland's passed Mike Noon, by the way. We completely missed that one.
So Mike Noon, I think, has made a mistake in that, and Erland says thank you very much.
Meanwhile, Bart Dude further up the road has had a scrappy few corners, and he's dropped off again from Sir Lanex.
As Jack Pearson comes across the line to start the final lap, 10 seconds out in front. He's called the strategy perfect. Looks like he's going to win it for Mercedes.
Coates has lost a bit of his front wing diving up the inside of Waze, but he's got the move done. But he's got DRS, but Waze will want that position back, and if he knows what Goings is doing, he's just going to do the same back, I reckon. Here he goes. No, he's not quite.
No, he's not quite, but damage front wing to Goings.
There you go. Waze dives it up the inside. I knew that was coming at some point. And he's back into P4.
A bit of revenge enacted, we do believe there.
Yeah.
As Waze defends, Goings is going to have no grip. He's going to struggle through these S-bends. There's no way in hell he's going to hang on to Waze. I think
he's gained like 2-3. He's gained about half a second there. Waze.
Yeah. So.
And meanwhile, Bart Dude is doing a bit of rallycross further up the field, so that probably ends his charge for the race. For second even, as we're going to follow Jack Pearson coming around the final few corners now, leading the race. Led it from when he came in for those slick tyres, just timed it absolutely perfectly. Coming towards turn 15, the final corner in the final TGP2 race for the time being at the Malaysia circuit. So round turn 15 he comes. The Mercedes driver, with the Petronas backing, is going to win in Malaysia.
Well done to Jack Pearson there. The Petronas boys will be happy. It's the final race on F1.
Yeah.
On Malaysia. That's a sad thing. Mike News have a late braking move on Erland, but they're coming across the line now. So Lennox in second place. Bardu in third.
Yeah, Bardu third. Waze fourth, Goings fifth, Erland sixth, Mike Noon seventh. Miss Chiapelli's going to go home in eighth. Then we've got Chris Johnson coming home in ninth. Bazza in 10th. Joe Sayer's going to come home 11th. Dom Smith in 12th. And Jacko's going to finish outside the points. He went onto the medium tyres, the hardest compounded tyres, in drying conditions. That is not the wisest of choices in the world. And he's dropped back because of it.
No, it's not. This Bazza D-Sync thing is absolutely fucking dumb. Yeah. She's got all my positions wrong.
Yeah, Bazza in 10th. And Jacko comes across the line to finish the field. No one got lapped that race.
That's a.
So right, round up the coverage, Mr. Phil Bardwell.
So, yeah, sorry, I got a frog in my throat there. So, as we head up to the podium now, here's your podium celebrants, really, I forgot the word there. So Jack Pearson for Mercedes, for Petronas in Malaysia, lifts the trophy and extends his championship leads. So great drive in second place, and Bart Dude rounding out your podium in third place. Fourth place was Weishi Pullman, fifth Goings, sixth Erland, good result for the Toro Rosso boys in fifth and sixth. Mike Newton in seventh, Luca Chiapelli in eighth, could have been so much more though, over eagerness. Chris Johnson in ninth, Bazza in 10th, Jose 11th, and Dom Smith, your final points position in 12th place. Jacko in 13th, your last of the runners there. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in on YouTube. Do follow us on Twitter at the TGB series and give that subscribe button and like us. I'm Phil Baldwell. Been joined by Owen today. Thank you very much, Owen.
Yep, thank you.
And we shall see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next time out for Mexico, Canada and United States on July 4th, Independence Day. That is where we're headed next. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye.